So it's going to be the contest between Team Balaji and Team Kalpita. So everybody, I hope you are doing the promise as well. Great assure. To my parents, my teachers, myself, to God, and to the person who was built this institution, that whatever I learn in these sessions will be put into practice immediately. I understand. And I realize that this training is not only for my school and college life, but also for my entire life. The tools, techniques, therapies, and ideas I receive here will be utilized throughout my life. I just my life. And fight my fight. It's not over until I win. I can. Because I always believe I can. I promise. Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So the margin is 3 questions shared. Okay. Lots of room. Okay, so this is called as the Yeah, I know Advait, Purna, and Kiran are here. Fine. Okay, so the activity's name is Gunner Attitude, and I have given the team list already. This morning I mentioned that Kiran Nandita will be joining Kalpita's team, and Idea has joined. So Idea can be roped up into Balaji's team. So Balaji, as a leader, you make a note, Idea is in your team.
Sir, okay, sir. Also with us, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, you mentioned Vittasri into my team, sir. Is that included, sir?
No, actually it is after including Idea, both the teams have got 11 and 11, right? So then there is no need for a person shifting from the other team to yours.
Okay, sir.
I will read out the team list. So, I'll read out the team list for you, for everybody's benefit. People who have not seen the message in the official US batch group, and people who have not seen the message in WhatsApp group. Now, WhatsApp group, I sent it yesterday. Everybody has seen and acknowledged. This is for the information of the US batch people. Most of the people have not seen the messages at all. So I have stopped posting any messages in the US batch group. So if you need, you can ask me, I will then tell you. Because except Kiran and Vitashri and a couple of other people, Prisha of course, nobody is really bothered to see what the group message is all about. So I have stopped and I have decided not to post anything because that's a waste of time. So I'm reading the name list. Team Balaji. Balaji is the leader. Vishnu Priya, number 2. Sanjay Bhaskar, number 3. Vitashri Kumarangi, number 4. Mridubhashni, number 5. Ritan Nitish, number 6. Advait Ravi, number 7. Sanvi, number 8. Anjana, number 9. And Sibi Adityan, number 10. And Idea, number 11. Sibi Adityan is absent today. He is down with fever. So Balaji's team, including Idea, they will have 10 members. From Team Kalpita, Kalpita is the leader. Then number 2, Mitra. Number 3, Dakshin Siddharth. Number 4, Mohit. Number 5, Udayasri Brinda. Number 6, Prashad J. Number 7, Guru Prasanna. Number 8, Purna Ravi. Number 9, Vedila Ram Reddy. And number 10, Asathaman Ashok. So Asathaman is not present here. I don't know. Maybe he's fast approaching or something. So 10 members, Balaji, Siddhi Adityan absent. 10 members in Kalpita's team, Asathaman absent. So and of course, Kiran is added in Team Kalpita. So 11 and 10. So Balaji's team, Kalpita said she will take a decision by taking about 3 or 4 minutes by discussing with the members, but she is not here. She's yet to join, and I cannot waste time. So Balaji's team is playing with 10 members, but I would like to depute Mitra until Kalpita comes. Would you like to send a person to Balaji's team? Because in the direct form, you three belong to Kalpita's team.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty much it. You have any suggestion?
Sir, I have one clarification, sir. Sir, today unexpectedly India has turned up, sir. Yesterday we did not know that India would attend this decision, sir. So City might come either tomorrow, day after tomorrow, sir. So still City send one member from our team, sir.
No, if you the person who is going to be drafted remain in Balaji's team company,
Okay, sir.
regardless of Sibi's arrival or not.
Okay. Then I ask the members, sir, if they volunteer.
Sure.
My friends, online team and direct members, would anyone of you like or volunteer to go to Team Balaji account? Do you have any interest towards that?
Yeah. So in Team Kalpita, in the online form, we have Mohit, we have Guru Prasanna, we have Venala, we have Purna, we have Kiran, and we have Krisha. And the other people are these three, Lakshmi Siddharth, Brinda, and Mitra. So what Mitra is asking is there anyone who would like to shift yourself to Balaji's team?
So, sir, in my opinion, I would like to stay in this team, sir, but if no one else is volunteering, then I'll go to their team, sir.
All right, Kiran. Okay. So actually nobody is interested, so we cannot force anybody.
Okay.
Kiran says if nobody is interested, then she will volunteer. But again, that's the best interest because the team Kalpita wanted you, right? So Kalpita wanted you. So you stay there, Kiran, you stay there. So,
Sir, do you want anyone from Team Balaji?
I benigntly feel Asathaman should be going there. Balaji,
Sir?
would you be likely to have Asathaman as a drafter?
Sir, no, sir, but we want like not having in my experienced person, sir, under my leadership experiences, sir. So I have a certain quarter of number of times, sir. So same as in the case of Mitra, sir. So I can't take Mitra as a time at this moment, sir. Maybe I can go for Brinda or Vanilla, sir, because since it's a gap between I've been with Brinda as a teammate, and since with Vanilla is new, so I can have Vanilla as a teammate, sir. So either Brinda or Vanilla, sir.
Either Brinda or Vanilla. Now the decision is from in the store of Brinda and Vanilla. So Brinda, Vanilla, Balaji is giving you an offer, rather request to you to come to his team. Either of you interested?
I'll take it.
Okay, so Vanilla, you would like to go to Balaji's team?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So Balaji change. Vanilla is drafted to Balaji's team. And Vanilla being gracious to join Balaji's team, Team Balaji starts with the bonus of 15 marks earned by Vanilla.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
job. Vanilla understands Balaji.
Well done, Vanilla.
அவ எதுவுமே இல்லாம இங்க இருந்து போய் ஓகே ஃபைன் சோ நீ யாரும் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணல எஸ் நான் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணல உங்களுக்கு ரெண்டு சாய்ஸ் தான் ஒண்ணு அடுத்த வேலைக்கு போறது இன்னொன்னு வெனிலா ராமரெட்டியை ஸ்டாப் பண்ணி இல்ல எனக்கு நீ வேணும்னு சொல்லாம வந்ததுக்கு 20 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மைனஸ் சோ ரெண்டு சாய்ஸ் 20 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மைனஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாய்ஸ் செகண்ட் சாய்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் beautiful choice. Okay, right. Okay, so here is the activity, my dear boys and girls. You will have a lot of things to think, you will have a lot of things to decide, and you will have a lot of things to ponder upon. The activity's name is Gunner Attitude. So, for each round, there will be a lot of time to be discussed because two teams, each team containing about 10 members. Now, I'm going to give the activity of round number 1. remember, in gunner attitude, you've got a very big challenge. The challenge is you won't be able to have an interface outside the classroom. Like in US batch, people are on vacation, right? So like Kiran, Purna, Advait have traveled and from a different place they are attending the class. So I don't want to, be a spoiled sport of their vacation and all that. And here in Indian batch, everybody is completely clutched up with the academics. So I'm not going to give any home-based assignments. Whatever you do, finish it up here in the environment. Okay? So make sure that you are preparing with a proper time management scheme. So the time that is given for team discussion should be proper, and the time that is given for presentation should be proper. No more extra time. Huh? No.
Sir, but as in sir, you will be that you at first of the exploration, sir. You told you will have to more time for discussion. So what does that mean, sir?
Thankfully, US batch people have given me a great freedom. So the freedom is they have given me the morning time free. So I am now utilizing the morning time on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for content development. Early morning, I think of content development instead of conducting a class. And this is only for the next 1.5 months or so after the summer vacation. So I have planned plenty of things by sacrificing my sleep. So the thing that I have planned by sacrificing the sleep, அதை execute பண்ணாம team discussion பேர்ல 35 நிமிஷம் 45 நிமிஷம் if you people are going to take bunch of time in the name of team discussion, then I will slash each one of you on the throat itself. Okay, especially English.
Sir, but we are having long time discussion only for making you more happy.
Nothing doing, boys and girls. The team discussion time stipulation remains the same, but no more extension. Listen to the round first. Okay. Every round is a small story, and the small story will contain 10 characters. Okay, I will say character 1 to character 10. What you got to do is you will have to give me the solution, being the character, feeling yourself in the character. For example, when I'm saying for Team Balaji, one round, one explanation is given. It's same concept, my dear boys and girls. Giving one single situation to 2 music directors and 2 music directors coming up with 2 different rhythms. Likewise. So 1 round and 2 different research and development department working together. Let's say, for example, in Balaji's team, I would say member number 5 in this case. Mridhavashni might be taking member number 5. Member number 6, like Vishnupriya might be taking member number 6. All those things you will have to decide. Your team members have to decide. But every single person should have a role. Okay, right? And on the role of the name, I would only say the number of. Okay. So a small story, and the story has to be given with the proper sequence. All you people are like research and development executives. A problem is given, and you do the research. If you want, you can Google the pages and all that, and you should give a solution. Right? Okay. Small stories, and all the stories are created by me. So you have seen the learning objectives, right? Gunner attitude learning objectives பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. அதுல இருக்கிறத டார்கெட் பண்ற மாதிரி தான் எல்லாமே. So I am expecting a lot of things from Brinda, Mridhavashni, Advait Ravi, and Prisha. There are some people from whom I am expecting a lot. There are 2 segments of people. Segment number 1, primary targets. Segment number 2, secondary targets. The primary targets in persons, those persons should be taking a lot of time in presenting. If I say Dakshin is in secondary target in this round, if I say Brinda is in the primary target in this round, then Brinda speaks more, Dakshin Siddharth speaks less. And that will be a great happiness for all of us. Okay, right? So, Andamari, primary and secondary. So, shall we start the story?
Yes, sir.
The story
happens.
Yeah, please. Doubts, please stop me then and there. Everybody, yes.
Sir, if I saying the story, sir, can you note it down, sir?
Of course, yes. You can make a note of it, you can record, you can do whatever it may be. For precision reason, reference and making notes are completely allowed. So, no problem, Balaji.
Okay, sir.
No. And that's where Team Kalpita is having a wonderful glory of a bright future because of a team member not informing things and having been so much of love in taking that action. Yeah, அவன் தெளிவா இருந்தான் ஒரு ரிசோர்ஸ் ஏன் வேண்டாம் சொல்றாங்க தெளிவா. I appreciate Balaji for that. Can you please go to the story? The story goes like this. If I look into the camera, you're still able to hear me. Yes. Alright. No. If I use the earphone, my voice will pick up. I will be slowing down. When I slow down, my energy will pick up. When the energy is down, I'll become more active. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no more thoughts.
Yes, sir.
The story goes like this, and this story happens in India, and the time period is 1996. 1996, when the technology was not so much deployed and developed, basically. Person number 1 in this story happens to be a doctor. Okay, so this person performs a surgery on person number 3. Person number 2. So the doctor performs the surgery on person number 2, and the person, that is the patient, happens to have a lot of bad past. In a way, the person was a criminal in the past. Okay, right? So the person has got lots of cases sued and filed on the person's name. Anytime when I cut out, my dear boys and girls, anytime you are not able to follow me, just put your hand up. I will stop and I will repeat. There is no problem for the direct entries because it's crystal clear. I'm shouting so that even the neighbors can hear. But for the Kalpita, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, friends.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Story. Okay. Kalpita, you're just getting started. Listen to me. I'm reiterating the story. Okay, I just started.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Like I was mentioning, boys and girls, the story happens in the year 1996, and the person 1 is a doctor, person 2 is a patient who is undergoing the surgery, and patient 2 has got lots of criminal records. Okay, the person has been a robber, the person has been doing antisocial elements, and the person was not properly respected in the place where the person. So basically, if you take this person is currently an antagonist in this story, right? Okay, operation was successful. The person is really very stronger. The doctor has performed the surgery so well, and the person can redo his functionalities even more better. Okay, but the person says that I'm a police officer. I mean, the person wrongly claims to the doctor that he happens to be a police officer. Okay, so the doctor was innocent and he performed the surgery. In comes our person number 3. So the person number 3 is a real good businessman, not a big businessman, a small-scale businessman, and this businessman has got a bad past. Okay, so you said person number 2 had a bad past. Yes, that was about criminal record, but this person number 3 has got a bad past, and that is about being deceived and exploited by the customers and the partners. The person has been really put into a lot of trouble because of the other people. Okay, right? And the person is emotionally very weak. Okay, so he's a very poor guy, right? If a girl teammate is going to play, let's take it as businesswoman. If a boy is taking, let's take it as businessman. So you can decide about that. So this person has got a lot of bad past, ruffled past, painful past, lot of pain. And if a person starts speaking to this person, in another 5 minutes, the person will find out some other reason to cry.
Yeah, other person, sir.
Yeah, the third person. If you speak to the third person will cry. Instantaneously, the person will cry. Because he will cry. Because he has got a lot of wounds. Okay? Making cry is only minus.
No self-control, sir.
Yeah, but basically, a person who easily connects with the painful past We have people like that. You speak about an incident that has happened about 2 years or 1 year earlier, the person will immediately start crying. So this guy is like that. Okay, right? Everything is happening into the hospital, my dear boys and girls. Remember, the person number 1 is running a hospital, and all this incident is happening in the hospital, and the year is 1996. Person B has come into the hospital, not for a surgery or something. It's another doctor's consultation. Okay, right? Okay. Person number 4 is now coming to the hospital. Time is 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, all stories are going to be one-day events. So the time is 10 o'clock in the morning, and person number 4 comes inside, and the person meets person number 1, the chief doctor. Okay, so let me tell you who this person number 4 is. Person number 4 is also a owner of a small medical clinic, not a big hospital like our person 1 has. Okay, a small clinic. So the person has got a lot of envy on person number 1. Okay, so on a sarcastic basis, the person comes and talks to person number 1. In the past, they both were working in a particular hospital together, and they were having a lot of good memories and bad memories as well. So this guy comes into the hospital and he says, why don't you segment a portion of your hospital facility to me? I'll set up a clinic here. Okay, right? But our person number 1, who is a very noble doctor, says, you're on your own, I'm on my own. We both are working in a hospital as a salaried doctors. Now we both are on our own. I don't want you to be in my facility, he says. So the person goes back with vengeance. Okay, the person goes back and he takes his car and he goes back with a kind of vengeance. Now, how many people have involved so far? Good, 4. Now let's come to the 5th person. 5th person is living right opposite to the hospital. Okay, the person is living right opposite to the hospital, and the person is running a grocery shop. Educated fellow, but an entrepreneur. No business is small business. He's running a shop, and he is selling households at least to 150 family all over the vicinity. So he's very proud, and he's carrying the pride. Okay, he supplies vegetables, he supplies households, he supplies groceries, he supplies fast-moving consumer goods. So he's basically a very good shopkeeper. And the schoolmate of our first person. Doctor. Schoolmate of our first person.
So what's the name of the?
Everything you have to say. Everything. I'm just saying hospital, shop, person, names, occupation, I mean, occupation I'll give, but names and all those things are great. You don't have problems, yes. You'll have to give solution. No. There is one particular problem in this entire story. Revived with all these 10 members. Okay? So far, how many members we have? 5. Each story will have only 10. Okay? Now, you don't have any problem here. Are you smelling any problem here? Now, let's elicit a discussion over here. Let's elicit a discussion over here. I'm asking both the online team, randomly to both the teams. Have you seen any challenges or problems thus far in the story? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, Balaji 5, Mohit 6. I appreciate all of you. Session going for okay. Randomly some 2 or 3 individuals. Is that okay? We will start with the online team. Idea is raising hand, so Idea, you can go first.
Person number 2, the criminal with the bad record. He got a better body, so he could go and do more bad stuff, and his body would help him more now. So
Beautiful.
I think that's one of the problems.
How many people agree with Idea's point of view? I was also saying the same. That is, the person number 2 who is being renewed and who is being rebuilt now? Okay, right. So many thumbs up. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you, Vidya. Good job. Done. Now, someone from here. The person who has got the vengeance, that's problem number 2. How many people agree with this? Put your thumbs up. Okay. Right. Fine, okay, right. So 2 problems. Mitra Dakshini. 2 problems. Third problem, 4th problem. Now coming back to the online, and I would like to see Kiran, Advait and Purna are together in a particular place. So I would like to listen from Advait or Purna. I don't know who exactly raised the hand. So Advait, what is your thought? Okay, Purna.
Sir, I think that person, like, do I see like opinion about one of the person, like person number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5?
Idea mentioned the person who underwent surgery is a threat. Mridubhashini mentioned the person who is having the vengeance is a threat. Do you have any other problem smelled over here as a third problem or something thus far in the story narration? Purna.
I feel like person number 3, because he has a bad past, he's mentally weak. I think he's gonna do something to anger the doctor somehow, and then remember his past somehow.
Totally. Quite possible. Smart. Good. Okay. Well done. So boys and girls, on a universal way, I'm asking, Idya, Mridubhashini, Purna mentioned 3 problems. Is there anyone who says that there is a 4th problem that I have recognized?
Sir, last I think Purna advice, sir. So they told about the 3rd person, sir.
Now Purna.
Oh, sorry, Purna. Purna. So I have another perspective, sir. That is, he has been deceived a lot of times by his customers and his partners, sir. So suddenly, if he's the boss or the owner of a company, sir, if he incurs a loss because of being deceived, that could even turn out as a problem, sir.
Nice. Okay. That's what Purna also mentioned. She mentioned it as angered, I think, but you are mentioning a different way. Okay. Unraise your hands and put your hand up for the last question that I'm asking before we proceed further. Brida.
The third person has one more problem, sir. He used to cry, sir, whenever he was thinking about the bad.
That's a big problem, right? Yes, of course. Many of us have the habit. Right. So Brinda has identified the 4th problem. Both the teams have to work on these 4 problems. So yeah, okay. Boys, come on. What is your perspective? Apart from the 5 contributed by Idea, Mridubhashini, Purna, Mitra and Brinda.
Sir, I also think that I found a personal problem, sir. Sir, I think the person number 1, sir, like he doesn't show it, but I think he's only a bit selfish, sir, because when person 4 asked for a part of the hospital, he could have given like just even a small portion of the hospital land, sir.
Oh, okay. Right. Look at the views of different people. Right. That is the ideology of this particular program. Mohit says the doctor is a selfish guy. Okay, he could be a little bit generous.
Yes, sir.
Views he could have been a little bit generous. Taken. Totally accept. Okay. Mohit Sandhu Kumar. All right. Kiran, do you have anything to say? Whose hand is that?
Sir, I was originally going to say person 3, sir, but then Purna said my point, sir.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. Okay. So Dakshin, I cannot ignore you. Come on. Quickly.
Sir, actually, I had 2 or 3 problems, sir, but most of the people covered it. So I'll tell one thing.
You had the same thing in your mind.
Yes, sir, but one thing has not been covered.
What?
Sir, person 5, sir, it may look weird, but you said he's educated, sir, and he runs a grocery store. And like, I'll take a reference from movies, sir, just for this thing. Sir, in movies and all, we see someone who's very well qualified, but he's indulging in small businesses which that does not fall under the stage of his studies which he has completed. So there's always one villain, sir, who tries to be like a hurdle in front of those kind of people. So now he's supplying 150 families with lot of necessary goods, sir. Maybe a factory could come up near his grocery store and maybe they would try to like snatch his land away.
This is the effect of watching too much movies. And
Just
explore. That's quite a possibility. That's quite a possibility. I cannot ignore your idea. That's quite a possibility. But normally you don't think so skeptical like this. The CPI can build
everyone was talking about the first four questions, sir. Then I focused on the fifth person and I thought, what could be the problems?
Okay, fine. Right, so we will go ahead with it. I'm so happy with the way that people have contributed. And now, let's continue the story. Person number 6. Person number 6. So, you can put yourself into the shoes of these people and you can even act it as a skit. And or you can even give it a Person number 6, my dear boys and girls, is a nurse. I mean, if it is going to be a boy, you can consider it as a chief supervisor of the hospital rooms. If it is going to be a girl, let's take it as a nurse, right? So a nurse, and this lady has got a lot of fear of the past experiences of doing some wrong operations, or when I say operation, not the clinical operation of a doctor, all the functionalities. She has gone wrong quite a bit of times, and she has been malfunctioning in her basic professional ethics quite a bit of times. So those things are pulling her back from performing her best. Okay. Now the point is, our chief doctor, that is person number 1, on the operation that has been surgery that has been conducted for person number 2, inducts this nurse as a chief guardian for the patient when he is recovering. Okay. So this girl is completely nervous on this assignment that is given by the doctor. And there is a problem with this person also. You need to identify what the problem that she is having and I want a solution for that. A nerdish and a fearful professional person in the house. And the person can endanger the life of the person too. Okay? So that's about the 6th person.
Sir, so you will get the problems here.
There's going to be a big challenge. That challenge will be put up as a mass after introducing all the 10 characters. Along with that, you will have to give solutions for all these tiny little pieces of, like, what's the solution for this fearful lady? What's the solution for that person who is crying, as Linda mentioned? What's the solution for that envious person who is having a vengeance? You'll have to cover up all those solutions.
Along
with the massive problem comes out with the story. Okay. Person number 7. Balaji, your hand is raised. Do you have any question? Or it's a word of one?
Sir, yes, sir. So for person number 6, sir, he does not have like a fear, sir. So he does not have like a future in herself, sir. So he's lacking positive self dimension, sir, and he's not controlling over his fear, sir, and he's keep on hunting him, sir. So it's like a so it's like an opposite to Sish pattern, sir.
He had a solution to the solution. You're saying the solution now.
Sir, no, sir. That nurse had the opposite of Sish pattern, that is had fear, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Right interpretation. Good job, Balaji. Now, yeah, so you put that during the presentation. That will be earning more marks. Now comes the 7th person. 7th person is a person who is visiting the hospital not for treatment purpose, but the person is looking forward to develop a very big medical center and he wants to take it as a reference. He is a civil engineer and he wants to just go around the hospital. Okay? And as far as this civil engineer is concerned, this person is very money-minded and profitability oriented thinking is too much into the mind of the person. He sees everything as dollars, rupees and euros and he's money driven. And that person comes and interrupts the entire function. Okay, so person number 7, the role about the person number 7 is this particular thing.
Yes, sir.
Person number 8, who is coming inside the hospital or who is getting access to the hospital in this story is a schoolboy, and he has bunked the school that day, and he has just loitered around the town, and his father has set up a lot of spy around the hospital to check whether he has bunked or not. So the schoolboy has taken this hospital as a shelter to come and while away the time. He comes inside at 10:30 in the morning, bunking his school, and he's going to stay there till 4 o'clock. Okay? So, sorry? Hospital food court. Lunch will be ready there. It's good. It's good. No, he's got money. He's got money. 11th standard student, pretty much similar to Dakshin Siddharth. So I want to go to hospital first. Because he has been into theatre, he got caught red-handed. He's been into shopping mall, he got red-handed. The only thing that the dad will not even imagine that his son would have gone to the hospital, and that's why he has gone to the hospital. Okay, so he's just having fun.
Sir, you've frozen.
So for each and every single person, he's given a story, and he has been violent. So that's personal.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, you froze for quite a bit, sir.
What was the last word you listened to?
You said that the son
He's
was
at
in
the
the
hospital?
hospital because
One person. I'm not able to hear. One person at a time.
It was about person 8, sir. He will be till 4:30. No, that was the last word I heard, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story. I mean, he wants to while away the time till 4:30 into the hospital, and during the frozen time, what I was explaining was for each and every person whoever came in encounter with him, he kept lying. So a nurse comes and asks, "Who are you, young man?" She says, "My uncle got admitted in the cancer ward." A doctor comes and says, "How can I help you? I've been seeing you right from 11 o'clock in the morning. Now it's 2 o'clock. So what are you doing here?" He says, "My aunt is in the pulmonary ward. She's getting treated." So likewise, he gives lies and he's whiling away the time. That's what I had been mentioning during the frozen time. You all got it?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Yeah, person number 9, my dear boys and girls, is getting into the hospital and he has set up a bomb into the hospital. Mass trauma.
Sir,
This guy-
should we write it as a bomber, sir, or like a thief or a spy, sir?
Yeah, I said he has set up and configured a bomb into the hospital, and you are asking whether he is a thief. Balaji, you are unbelievable.
Sir, actually, if he's a bomber or a thief, sir, that is so confusing, sir.
Balaji, he has come to report to his boss, and you know who the boss is. Person number 2, who got it? Bad criminal records is one. Thief is one of the things. So the person who has configured the bomb and the person who has come inside the hospital just to report to the person. There is a boss, and that boss you will have to figure out. It's already been figured out. It's so obvious, and he is looking forward to get inside the room. But that man is unconscious right now. So he has also mentioned that after a certain while, after I come to the conscious level, you can come and meet me. He had given the command earlier. So it's right about time, and he is getting inside. That's person number 9. Okay. So the person who has configured the bomb is person number 9. Person number 10 is the person who has seen a kind of a strange device which is being set up in the hospital pharmaceutical center. So this person is also a patient, and this person was about to be getting discharged from the hospital that day, and he was settling his bills and all that. And when he was about to go out of the hospital, he senses something strange that was going on in a pharmaceutical godown, a warehouse of pharmaceutical products, and he just got into it and he has red-handed. He has got or he has witnessed things red-handed when the bomb was getting configured. And he has seen that it is strange and he knows that it is a bomb. Who is he going to inform to and how is this problem going to be solved? Okay?
So normally warehouse or this type of facility could be out of the hospital, right, sir? So when the ground has, how is it going to be?
No, it's a in most of the multi-speciality hospitals, pharmaceutical warehouse or very much inside, in-house itself. Okay, so in the facility itself, any hospital will have multi-story building, and they would have allocated one particular story for this warehouse alone. That's where this guy has been. Okay, right.
10% should be reversed. There is no opposite person who have lost initial 10% should also be.
I have given you 10 roles, right?
Yes.
And in every single, I mean, both the teams have got 10 individuals, right? So every person should be given a role. Every person should be given a role. Give me a solution, boys and girls. Solution number one, I'm looking forward to. Hospital has to be saved. The bomb has to be defused. That's a major problem of this particular story. Solution number two that I'm looking forward to from Team Kalpita and Team Balaji in this gunner attitude. What's the solution you are giving for the person who always cries by thinking about the past? What's the solution you are giving for the person who is envious on the chief doctor of this multi-speciality hospital? What's the solution you are going to give for that boy who is very much reckless and irresponsible of his duties and is just whiling away the time bunking the school? Likewise, identify all the problems of this story. Come up with solutions. Okay? Right? Initially, I want the hospital sequence to be enacted by all the 10 members being in the roles. Right? There are 3 steps. There are 3 pedagogy or steps in this presentation that you are going to do. Listen to me very carefully. Number 1, a massive enactment of the hospital sequence. Okay? Number 2, a massive solution for the massive problem. You know what is a massive problem? Bomb instilled into the hospital. People have to be saved. That's a massive problem. And last, but by no means at least, the third one is give solution for all the tiny, tiny little problems like Idea identified one, Mridubhashi identified one, Brinda, Purna, Mitra, Dakshin, all the people identified one, right? So identify as many problems as you could identify and give solution. The more problem you identify and the more solution you give, higher will be your mark. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I'm done. I rest my case. Any question? Yes, Mohit, hand raised.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, where is the hospital in India located, sir?
It's in New Delhi, Mohit. New Delhi, 1996, morning 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock is the timeline of this particular story.
Okay, sir.
And Mohit, the bomb is set for 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
You have only one working day duration for this entire problems to be solved.
Okay, sir.
Kiran,
Yes, sir.
your hand is raised. Do you have any question?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. I was about to ask a question earlier, sir, but then I got it answered. I don't think I lowered my hand, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Sanjay Bhaskar is asking for the details of the 10th person. Okay, Sanjay, the 10th person is the person who has seen the bomb being set. But the person is very, very immature to think of how he or she is going to make this revelation to the people. Nobody is going to believe the person with the hospital being so busy with so much of state of affairs. So that's the description about the 10th person. But the person clearly knows the bomb is being set. The person clearly knows the bomb is going to get erupted, but he does not know about the time. But he really knows that the hospital is in huge, huge danger. That's about the 10th person. Hope you got it. Okay. All right. If there are no questions, boys and girls, you see 46 minutes and 20 seconds is the duration elapsed in our session today. I want at least one team to give a neat solution today. So, if any jokers and clowns of circuses is thinking that the whole rest of the session is going to be utilized for planning, then I will break his jaw or her jaw.
It's a pen problem.
கையில இருக்கிறது தெரியுமே.
இல்ல சார் அதான் சார்
ஆனா அவன் செகண்ட் கிளாஸ் நான் நடிக்கிறதுக்கு நிறைய
சார் திரும்ப
ஏன்னா கையில ரங்கோலி போட்டு வச்சிருக்காங்க.
சார் இல்ல சார்
ஏய் ஏதாவது சொல்லி தரடா என்ன ஆச்சு உங்களுக்கு?
சார் ஒண்ணும் இல்ல சார் நான் சார் அவர் சார் வித்ரா டிக்கெட்
He has put up a whole rangoli on his phone with a pen ink. Something seriously dramatic and drama.
I'm okay. Mitra, அவனுக்கு தெரியும் Mitra.
God.
Sir, look at that. It's artistic skill, sir.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, artistic. Okay. Both the captains are in the online form. So, Kalpita, yes.
Sir, tomorrow Purna and Kiranandita both are in our team, sir. They will not be part of our team, sir. So now, as of now, we have 11 members, sir. So today also should we send a person to team Balaji, sir, because tomorrow we'll have only 9 person in our team, sir.
Vanilla has gone into Balaji's team, Kalpita. Hope you know that.
No, sir. Just now, I think I was not part of that, sir.
I'll brief up things. Before you came, Vanilla volunteered to go to Balaji's team, and Idea, who has joined today, has already been instilled into Balaji's team. And you have the rest of the members, including Kiran. And if they are not going to be present tomorrow, in the team discussion, gather their ideas and you can enact. Since Advait, Purna and Kiran have mentioned about their absence pretty much early, there will not be any penalties for your team. But today, since they are present, make use of the time and grab the details from them and their idea contribution from them. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Team Balaji, Team Kalpita. The time is, okay, fine, forget about the time. We have 1 hour, 19 minutes in our session today. 30 minutes will be the team discussion. 31st minute, the first team upon the toss will start performing. Now, Team Kalpita, Team Balaji, open a separate team talk window. The name will be Gunner Attitude - Team Balaji, Gunner Attitude - Team Kalpita. Open it and post it. Now, please. Yeah, if you already have one, please rename it. Gunner Attitude - Team Kalpita. Mohit started it. Mohit, you get 15 points bonus for that. You started yesterday itself, just like Balaji earned the bonus because of Vanilla. You earned bonus for Team Kalpita because of your own effort. Good job, Mohit.
Thanks, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
Vitashri also already created our group.
Vitashri also created. Okay. So
She created it like before, I'm pretty sure.
15 marks bonus for Vitashri.
Sir,
Team Balaji.
actually me, it was Vishnu Priyaka.
Vishnu Priya. Okay, right.
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
That's okay, yeah.
On Saturday itself, Saturday night, once the class got finished, Mohit added a
Bonus got back. I will not give bonus for Vishnu Priya because Vishnu Priya started the group only after seeing Mohit. So it's a copycat.
Yes, a copycat.
Okay, jokes apart, Vishnu Priya gets 15 marks bonus for starting a group. So now Balaji has got, remember, take care of your scores. Balaji score again a penalty. Nobody will be doing spoon feeding for the score. The team captain should be having the scores. Remember, Vanilla has earned 15 marks bonus. Vishnu Priya has earned 15 marks bonus. So you're standing with 30 right now. In Kalpita's team, Mohit has earned 15 marks bonus. So you're standing with 15 marks now. Team Kalpita. 30 for Balaji, 15 for Kalpita.
Yes, sir.
Right. Note down. I don't want the opposite teams to give the scores of the opposite team. நீ இந்த வேலையை பண்ணன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. Guru, your hand is raised. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Can we list out the ages of the 10 persons, sir? Except the school boy, can we give ages for all the 9 persons, sir?
Guru, all the demographic information about the 10 characters, name, age, or a slight change of the occupation, or creative past, everything is your decision. There is no limit for your creativity. I have just given you the hints, and I have just given you the thumbnails. You make a 70 story out of the thumbnails, you create different kinds of cliches, everything is your team's choice. You're free to do anything, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Shall we adjourn for our team meetings?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so from the direct attendees, Vishnupriya and Mridubhashni, who are belonging to Team Balaji, they will be attending the meeting from outside. There is a veranda there, they will be there. And in the main console, Darshan, Mitra and Brinda will be here, and you can have the team discussion. So, Team Balaji, everybody leave the main window, please. Okay, go to your respective team windows. Bye. 30 minutes, boys. So once you go there and assemble with your team room, then only then I will start the timer. Okay, come on.
Sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Record off.
Yes.